Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, October 23rd, show that Curtis Ashford, Portia Robinson, Trina Robinson, and TJ Ashford all blamed Rick Lansing for Heather Weber's freedom. TJ was outraged and stomped off when Molly Lansing Davis defended Rick. TJ went to GH and opened up to Lucas Jones about his relationship problems and how Molly was pushing away from him. Lucas also spoke with Isaiah Gannon about Sam McCall and Lulu Spencer's impending operations as they prepare for the liver transplant. Meanwhile, Rick went home with Molly and thanked her for standing up for him. Molly remarked that while it was too late for regrets in the Heather case, Rick might still withdraw his defense of Ava Jerome. Rick couldn't do it because he needed to show to Molly that Christina Corinthos Davis' fall was accidental. Molly was getting obsessed with vengeance, and Rick didn't want her to repeat his mistakes. Molly eventually forced Rick to leave, so there was still tension between them. Jocelyn Jax was shaken by Heather's release and wondered whether Dex ever wished he had killed her the night he came to Joss' rescue. Dex admitted he hoped that all the time and pledged that if Heather ever considered harming Jocelyn again, it would be the last thing she did. Jocelyn understood she was alive due of Dex, so he determined to keep it that way and eventually made love with her. Although Curtis and Portia invited Trina to remain at their place, she refused and returned to her flat. However, Trina was spooked once she was alone at home. Heather hadn't been released from prison yet, but Trina was prepared with a meat mallet when someone arrived at the door. It turned out to be Giovanni Gio Palmieri, who offered Trina some support after hearing about Heather. Gio also asked if he could crash on the sofa, so Trina agreed and was happy to have some protection. Back at the Savoy, Portia wanted to get Trina out of Port Charles now that Heather was released. Curtis did not believe Trina would accept to leave her life behind, and insisted Heather leave PC instead. Portia was perplexed as to how Curtis meant to pull it off, but Curtis swore to manage everything and that Heather would never be a problem again. Next, Holly Sutton requested discretion during her discussion with Sonny Corinthos in his office, which Diane Miller briefly interrupted before excusing herself. Holly began her pitch after Diane left, showing Sonny the diamonds she needed help relocating. Sonny requested a 30% cut, so Holly agreed to consider the offer and left a diamond behind as a good faith deposit. After he was alone, Sonny called Jason Morgan to discuss Holly's business idea. Anna Devane met with Robert Scorpio in his office to discuss Holly's paternity claims involving Sasha Gilmore Corbin. Robert acknowledged that he knew Holly was telling the truth since Sasha had his mother's eyes. Robert wanted to be the one to give the news to Robin Scorpio. Anna told him that was all right and mentioned that Robin had always desired a sibling. Anna then sought Holly down to confront her about stealing from Jen Sidwell. Holly hesitated to disclose her larceny, despite Anna's suggestion that she could help if she was honest. Anna eventually urged Holly to stay away from Robert so he wouldn't be dragged into her newest disaster. According to General Hospital spoilers, Holly's actions could have far-reaching ramifications, so we'll bring you more predictions on all the upcoming shockers. Jordan Ashford met Isaiah Gannon at Bobby's after a run and discovered that he had consented to perform Lulu's surgery. Although Lulu's chances were slim, Jordan had overcome the odds by undergoing a kidney transplant when things looked dismal. Jordan hoped that Isaiah could do another miracle. Holly Sutton stated in Anna Devane's office that she had withheld a daughter from Robert Scorpio and that Anna had no right to blame her for hiding Robin Scorpio. Anna stated that Robin was only 5 years old when the secret was revealed, thus it couldn't be compared to Holly's decades of deception. Holly revealed that she finally came clean since Sasha Gilmore Corbin had a love relationship with her cousin, Cody Bell. Anna insisted that Holly leave town due to all of the trouble she had caused. Holly stomped off and ended up in Sonny's office, where she planned to pitch a business idea. Back with Anna, she received an alert on her computer that Jen Sidwell had been spotted at the Miami airport. General Hospital spoilers indicate that Sidwell will undoubtedly unleash some Port Charles mayhem soon, so stay tuned. Portia's greatest fears have come true at General Hospital. Heather's sentence was vacated in the soap's October 22nd episode, and the hook killer is free. On the one hand, there should be no reason for concern. cobalt poisoning, which has since been rectified, forced Scotty's former flame to embark on a murderous rampage that killed Britt, Trina's boyfriend Rory, Sasha's husband Brando, and others. On the other hand, Heather was a threat to society long before her hip repair. Longtime fans may recall her selling her own kid on the black market, giving away one of Cousin Susan's twins, murdering Ross Duncan and Maggie Worth, and attempting to kill Edward Quartermaine. So, if Heather isn't going to continue serving time for her crimes as the Hook Killer, there are plenty of others that should land her in prison for a dozen lifetimes. So, what will Franco and Esme's mother do now that she is free? It's unlikely that Terry will recruit her as a candy striper. She won't be welcome in Port Charles. Perhaps that is why son Steve is scheduled to return to the scene. Perhaps he will take pity on Heather and whisk her away to a new life somewhere she isn't as well known. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, October 23rd, state that Curtis Ashford will be furious over Heather Weber's release, which will take effect tomorrow now that her sentence has been vacated. After blaming Rick Lansing, Curtis will make a pledge to Portia Robinson. Curtis appears to promise to protect their family from Heather and prevent her from wreaking further havoc. Trina Robinson will also rely on Giovanni Gio Palmieri as she tries to process this upsetting news. Jocelyn Jacks will be disturbed up by Rick's updates as well, so she'll vent to Dex Heller for comfort. Molly Lansing Davis will slam Rick for supporting Heather and finally letting her off the hook. Molly will believe Rick should abandon Ava Jerome's case before causing any more trouble, but he will argue he cannot. Rick believes that the only way to find closure is for Molly to understand that Christina Corinthos Davis' fall was an accident, thus he will forward with his plan to clear Ava in court. At GH, Isaiah Gannon will issue a caution to Lucas Jones, who consented to perform Sam McCall's surgery despite their family connection and the emotional issues that could arise. If your sister has a shot in hell of making it through this, she's going to need me, Isaiah says Lucas in Wednesday's preview video. Across town, Sonny Corinthos will believe Holly Sutton is in jeopardy and will be unwilling to do business with her regarding the stolen jewels. Whatever Sonny decides, further difficulties are on the way now that Jen Sidwell has been spotted in Miami. Sidwell is certainly on his way to Port Charles, so Anna Devane will grill Holly and tell her to stop lying for once. Today on General Hospital, Holly has a suggestion for Sonny. Curtis and Portia are concerned about Trina's safety. Molly defends and then rejects her father, and TJ confides in Lucas. Holly requests privacy during their negotiation at Sonny's office. Sonny has no idea what they are talking about. Diane interrupts, but quickly retreats when she notices Sonny is preoccupied with Holly. Holly is alone again, and she tosses diamonds from her bag across Sonny's desk. She assures him that they are untraceable if he moves them for her. Sonny says he might be able to assist her in exchange for a sizable fee. Holly tosses a pile of rock-like jewels from her bag on Sonny's desk. Outside Robert's office, Anna leaves a voicemail informing Jason that Sidwell has been spotted in Miami. She walks into Robert's office and tells him she knows about Sasha. Robert defends Holly, but assures Anna that he has already conducted a DNA test. However, Sasha has his mother's eyes. He wants to be the one who tells Robin. Anna says Robin has always desired a sibling and leaves. At the Savoy, Rick informs Trina, her family, and the rest of the guests that Heather is free. When they accuse him, Rick claims that he expected she'd be sent to a more appropriate facility rather being discharged. Portia yells at him for unleashing a monster and endangering her daughter's life, while Curtis accuses him of releasing a murderer for profit. Molly feels blaming her father is not the solution. If Rick isn't to blame, Curtis wonders who is. TJ wonders how Molly can defend her father. She responds that she is defending the law. TJ storms out, and Rick sincerely apologizes to the Ashfords before departing with Molly. Curtis and Portia inform Trina that she will be staying with them. Trina loves them and respects their care, but she's not going back home. At the Savoy, TJ rants at Rick, who is standing with a protective Molly. Curtis, Portia, and Trina watch on. In the hospital break room, Lucas requests that Isaiah walk him through the transplant, but Isaiah wonders how Lucas will scrub in on a procedure involving his sister and cousins. Lucas couldn't resist Sam, but he wonders why Isaiah is doing it. Isaiah informs him that Lucky, his best friend, requested him to. And if Lulu is to have any chance of survival, she will require his assistance. Joss tells Dex at his apartment after leaving the Savoy that Heather is free. Dex wishes he had reached Brit sooner after they discovered her injured. She might still be alive. Joss wonders if he ever wishes he'd killed Heather. All the time, he confesses. He'd do anything to protect Joss. Joss knows she is alive because of him. He'll do whatever it takes to keep things that way. They have an intense make-out session and remove their clothes. Joss is concerned as she looks at Dex, who is staring off. Rick expresses gratitude to his daughter Molly for defending him. She only hopes he's right that Heather can be a productive member of society. She wants him to drop Ava Jerome as a customer because she is responsible for the death of her baby. Rick does not believe that. When Molly pushes back, he says he's defending Ava for her. He sees his need for vengeance reflected in her, which scares him. Her desire to make Ava pay is poison, and he does not want it for her. It is his responsibility as a lawyer, as well as her father's, to portray the facts of the case in such a way that she believes it was an accident. He needs to demonstrate this to her so she may go on and heal. Molly screams about how empty her and TJ's flat and relationship are, so she dismisses his concern for her retribution. She tells him to leave. When TJ finds Lucas alone in the hospital break room, he tells him how he and Molly have grown apart. Tonight was a start in the right way, but then they discovered her father had helped liberate Heather. Molly defended Rick with more emotion than she has ever showed for everything they've gone through. Lucas mourns the death of a child and acknowledges that he occasionally misses Brad, but he will never return. The question for TJ is whether he will miss Molly. TJ doesn't want to lose Molly, but he's not sure how many more hits they can take. Lucas sits in the hospital break area and watches TJ get coffee. After Trina and the others leave the Savoy, Curtis tells Portia that they will safeguard their daughter. Portia understands that the legal system could care less. She wonders if a serial killer's fixation had been a young white woman rather than a young black woman, if that killer would still be free today. Curtis claims they both know the answer to it. Portia laments the fact that black women are not valued as much as white women. Curtis understands, but they need to prioritize Trina's safety right now. Portia believes the only choice is to send her away from Heather and Port Charles. Curtis responds sternly that Heather will be the one to leave the city. Heather Weber is never going to be a problem again. Portia wipes a tear, and a sad Curtis drops his eyes. Trina grabs a mallet nervously at her flat door as she hears a knock. However, it was only Gio who heard the news and came to check on her. Trina complains about Heather being free and receiving a large reward after killing 5 people. Gio claims that music is the best way for him to communicate his feelings, and he proposes that she do the same. Trina is cautious, but he encourages her to think about it. He also offers to sleep on the sofa. She hands him the mallet as protection. Diane stops by to tell Robert that she just saw Holly with Sonny. That isn't the worst thing he has heard about her today. In his office, Sonny begs Holly for 30% because he is assuming all of the risk. When her charms fail as a negotiation tool, she says she'll need more time to think about it. She leaves him a diamond as a deposit in good faith. Sonny contacts Jason alone to discuss a business proposal he has received. Holly discovers Anna waiting for her in her Metro courtroom. Anna suspects Sidwell is in the United States because Holly took something from him. Anna wants to help her, but she has to know the truth. Holly denies this. Anna claims she at least attempted. Before leaving, she advises Holly to stay away from Robert so that he does not become a target. Marshall checks in with TJ and Molly and is pleased to see them together. He also advises them not to let what happened deter them from trying for another child, and that they will be excellent parents. Molly hurriedly excuses herself and headed for the bar. TJ joins her, and Molly admits that trying to think about other things isn't going so well. She also wonders why she has not heard from her father. Dante stops into Sonny's office and informs his father that Sam is Lulu's donor. Dante believes Scout, Danny, and Rocco have already become close, and this will bring them even closer. However, he confesses that it is happening and expresses concern that Lulu will not make it. Sunny knows he's ready for the worst, but Dante should hope for the best. Sunny claims Lulu is a warrior. Dante reflects on what may have been if not for the coma. However, Sam unexpectedly snuck up on him. He claims he loves Sam more than he ever imagined possible. Rick and Ava have coffee at the town's new cafe. Following all of their practices, she is confident in her ability to testify. Rick claims she only needs to maintain her poise and can be compelling when she wants to be. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.